What's up, Commander?
Best of the
Commander.
best.
We got no regrets.
What's the plan? GSL.
Kaboom, baby!
Go on.
Hot 6 GSL Season 4 SuHoSin, Reno, Patty, Symbol, Yoda, Young, Hero, JD, Curious, Marine King, Beyond, Ray, Happy, Genius, Teja, Mana, MMA, MVP, Naniwa, Hatu, Sniper, Squatter, Nasty, Life, JYP, Supernova, Gonglegu, Bomo, Fortune, Gumio, MC, Seeded.
Welcome to GSL Code S. Taste and Artosis here. We're back. We've had a little break here from the GSL, and we are so excited to be here. Artosis, how you doing, man?
I've actually not been this excited to cast in a really long time.
It feels like it's been a while, actually.
This has been the longest we have gone in 2 years without casting GSL.
Yeah. It almost felt like I was like revisiting like my old school or something as I walked in here. But
we kind of were, since we're located in
since we're just above a school our studio is. But no, it's great to be back here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we got, I have to say, the best GSL Code S group of all time.
Ever.
And by the way, by tomorrow, that'll be our 2-year anniversary of us being a GSL Code S. I didn't even realize it had been that long.
I know, right?
It feels like it's actually gone like pretty quickly.
Time flew by.
So definitely tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely do that. We're going to have little happiness things going on. I don't know what to call it.
I believe the technical term is celebrations.
Celebrations.
Yes.
Okay. And guys, make sure everyone knows that Code S started today. I want to make sure everyone's
Twitter,
watching.
#GSL. Spread the word.
I just made a little tweet. Go ahead, retweet it. It has a link to the stream, and you can follow us, of course. He is Call Me Tasis. I'm Artosis on Twitter. Because a lot of people should tune in and watch today. We have last season's champion in this first group.
Yeah, we're starting right off with Seed. It's going to be awesome. By the way, go to the site, participate in the prediction polls.
And
Let us know
also,
what you think.
go to the site and leave questions for the winners, because we are actually going to go ahead and bring back the interviews. We're going to have a translator here, and myself interviewing the winners that actually move on.
Yeah, the ones that get out of the group.
Yeah.
So that's going to be great. Going to change up the show a little bit. Their show is constantly in a state of evolving.
That's right.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out.
Yeah.
So
it'll be great, of course.
I almost couldn't make it into work today.
Yeah.
I got food poisoning yesterday. I was throwing up constantly.
That's what you get when you eat raw meat.
I got to stop doing that. I guess I went to some breakfast place, Western breakfast place yesterday. I don't think they cooked the bacon. Everybody that went with me was throwing up. It was terrible. But I'm fine now, so glad to be here. And hopefully I ate for the first time right for the show, so we're going to see, what happens.
Yeah, we're going to see if you
Who
throw
knows?
up.
We might have a really funny video on YouTube, where I just get humiliated.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be great.
I hope that happens.
That's good TV. Let's cross our fingers, all right?
Yeah. I hope your stomach starts to turn. You feel it's so terrible
I feel
that you
the
puke on
tingles
camera.
here, and I'm like, go. I'm going like this. Can't keep casting. All right, so we got a lot of great players getting back on the point here. And here's our schedule, by the way. Again, I'm so excited with the lineup we have, though. So good.
That's right. And take a look at this week and next week, 4 days each of myself and Tasteless. It's going to be a ton of fun casting all of these groups in the round of 32. And, just normal schedule after that. Don't forget, we have GSTL starting back up.
Yeah,
so that's going to be fun
definitely
as
check
well.
that
Yeah. See if FXO, the reigning champions, can hold on to their championship.
Really exciting to see FXO do so well. Really impressive stuff.
Yeah.
As you can see here, it continues onward into October as Codes thins out. Code picks back up. Basically non-stop. StarCraft 2 action here.
I know. It's so much fun, man. I love the way that the schedule works. I always get to be casting or watching Code during the season.
Pretty cool that works out.
Yeah.
Now, for today, this is one of those days where we don't have a Terran, which historically is pretty rare. And but let's take a look at our maps now.
Yeah, this is our new map. We got rid of Antigua. I mean, not Antigua. We got rid of Atlantis Spaceship, and we're replacing it with Abyssal City. It's kind of like a smallish looking map. I haven't actually gotten to play any games on this map quite yet.
No, I have not either.
We will see how this turns out. I'm really excited to see how this map plays out.
You know what I like is we're kind of going back into some tighter maps.
Yeah.
We went to the deep end with big maps. We had these massive open spaces, and that made for some epic games. But I think the early StarCraft 2 tight maps, they had some fundamental problems.
Yeah.
I feel like this one, just looking at it, looks like it might not have this. It's not going to be like a Steps of War, I don't think. For instance.
Oh, no. Definitely not. It's definitely longer than that. It's got some really interesting areas in the center with high grounds, expansions along the sides of the map, and it takes a while to actually get up into the natural area.
And
so.
if you notice, there's actually a pretty big obstruction in the middle of the map to make travel distance by land a little bit longer. So that's something to keep in mind as well. All right, so moving on into today's matches, I'm really excited. 2 Protosses and 2 Zergs or Tosis. Give us a closer look at each of these players.
All right, well, here's a list of them to start out with. Seed, our defending champion, SuHoSin, the Zerg player, Lenok, and, of course, Parting. Now, this guy, Seed, he is killing it around the world right now. Defending GSL champion. Can he do it again? And our next player, the player he chose, SuHoSin, the one player that's not a full-time pro gamer in Codes, a very cheesy guy. Watch for him to do a lot of all-ins today. Then Lenok, fresh off of his second MLG major victory. He has been killing it once again. And then, of course, Parting. He got a round of 8 2 seasons ago, round of 4 last season. Can he make it to the finals this season? Just got 3rd place in WCS Korea, so he is in top form.
Yeah, this is
in fact,
so
he beat
sick.
Seed
Every
there, too,
group
so.
is just insane. If you check them out at GOMTV.net.
Oh my God, they are craziness, man. It's like hard to even decide what the group of death is.
If you guys are in our studio, welcome. If you have not yet gotten your life together and come down and seen a GSL live, you can actually.
If you are failing
you will die empty and feeling incompleted. But if you do come down here, we have headsets so you can hear us cast.
It's like some guy working in an orphanage right now. He's like, oh, I guess you're right.
I guess I didn't live my life to the fullest.
All right. So our first map is going to be in Toon Valley. It's going to be Seed against SuHoSin. What craziness will SuHoSin pull out? Now, of course, Seed being the number 1 player, got to choose SuHoSin. A good choice. The one, as I said, pro gamer that's not full-time, apparently.
Well, you can clearly see here with Seed, he's picking a player that he's saying, I can 100% beat this guy.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Some of these other players, they get a little bit cockier.
Yeah.
They'll say, oh, you know what, you beat me back in Season 3 of, let's say year 1 or something, or you know what, you beat me on the ladder all the time, I want to take you out. Seed just does not care.
Yeah.
Seed actually just wants to win.
Yeah, Seed is a machine built to win. That
and I feel like
absolutely true.
This is very characteristic of players on IM. They do not mess around with, trying to get to the finals of a tournament, and that's why historically they're the most to get there. So, going on into game number 1, start of this season here. It's going to be Seed, the champion from the previous season, against the underdog SuHoSin. The map will be in Toon Valley. This is the GSL Codes.
Welcome to GSL Toon Valley.
Wow.
And
that
it's
was
on.
epic.
It is epic. Getting better and better each season here. All right, so in the upper left, we have the champion of the previous GSL Codes. His ID is
LGIM Seed.
Oh, I like that new touch. And into the upper left corner, we have our Zerg player. He's known for cheesing. We're going to see if he does it in this game. His ID is...
SuHoSin.
Actually, I love this. I think this brings out a lot more personality in the players with this kind of camera shot.
Now, he's actually going to scout a quick gas first by SuHoSin, and this is something SuHoSin has been doing. He will do things like let you scout him going gas before pool in ZVP, which there's no other Zerg in the world, basically, that's doing this at the pro level. Absolutely not. So I'm excited to see what sort of all-in he does. As far as Seed goes, he should be playing super defensively. Like, I will be surprised if he doesn't open Stargate.
Wow, 34-6.
Yeah. I mean, that's... SuHoSin is the biggest underdog in this entire season. If he gets out of this group, that's amazing, because the 3 players he's up against are 3 of the toughest in Korea right now, in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... I feel like even like you have players like Party right now a little bit overshadowed in this group. It's like, no, man, you know, actually, he's insane, man.
Yeah.
All these players so good.
Absolutely.
Seed, it's exciting to have Seed winning like this as well, because you know, we saw Seed in the team league long ago.
Yeah.
Back actually when we were casting Team League, and you know, Seed was doing plays that we just don't even see to this date.
Absolutely.
And you know, I said maybe this guy is going to be in the GSL final someday, and then he was last season and won in really dominating play.
Now, I want to point out that the probe left, the drones went off gas, and waited till the probe came back, knowing that that probe would come back to check, because SuHoSin has showed builds like this before, where he just kept mining gas. So Seed definitely looked into that. He went back. Now it looks like it's just speed, but it's actually an all-in coming from SuHoSin of some sort, because he did go back on that gas. So very tricky move by him there.
Now the problem when you're playing like this against somebody of Seed's caliber is, generally speaking, if Seed just overcompensates in defense, he does not lose.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole trick to playing against SuHoSin. It's like you have to get your defense correct. And he's actually going for a really quick layer and a second gas. You know, he, against Hero, I believe it was, in his group, went for a 1-base Nidus play, but with the second gas, that doesn't look like what it's going to be. It might be just like a rush to mutas.
And that would be some really quick mutas if he did do that.
Really quick. Which, you know, that can do pretty well, because right now, the way that Protoss is played, if he doesn't get Stargate, then you might be able to catch him off guard, because you're not going to have many Stalkers, just some sentries. And well, that's part of the reason why I said I really think that Siege should be going for a Stargate here. It's like the safest thing that you can do is get a couple cannons, get out sentries very quickly, and go for a Stargate. So
you know,
we'll see.
One of the things about the way cheesing actually works, and if you played a ton of StarCraft, you know this, but it's based off the tempo of a normal StarCraft game. You're just going to get stuff out, or a certain unit number out, much quicker than... okay, well, actually, I want to go on, but I see now... I guess I see what he's doing.
He's getting a quick drop, man.
He's going to go Baneling drop.
This is like the quickest Baneling drop there's ever been.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well.
You know what's nice, though, is, you know, it's you know, been about 2 years, GSL now, and we are finally at the point where we're having these insane meta cheeses.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some of this at the start, but, like, for instance, we don't cast these kind of strats.
No, this is... SuHoSin is... I actually saw this one online post that it feels almost refreshing watching him, because he does not do anything normal, and he never has. Back when SuHoSin was first coming up in the scene, I actually fell in love with this play, because he wasn't making Banelings against Terran. He was going pure Muta Ling.
Yeah.
And it was so cool, because he just had more Mutas than other players and played it like StarCraft 1. But at this point, he's given up on mutas, and he's all about cheesing.
And, you know, again, this is meta stuff even on SuHoSin's part, because for all we know, Seed might think, you know, oh, if he did get a Fast Slayer, not that he's for sure, but if he did, he's probably going to get muta. Just like we thought.
Yeah, and, you know, that's another reason why I really like a Stargate opening against a player like SuHoSin, because Stargate, it can counter, you know, roaches coming at you, it can counter quick Infestor by picking up Infestors that pop out. It can counter mutas completely, and it's good against drops too. You hit those overlords and put a clock on them so they don't have long to drop you. But, you know, Seed, he has his plans. He has looked into SuHoSin. He knows what he's capable of.
All right, well, this build is pretty well timed out, Artosis.
Oh, man.
We're
yes,
going to find out, is Seed ready? Or is game number 1 of this season going to go with an upset?
Oh, my God. And here
man.
we go. Will the probes line up? Because this Overlord full of Banelings is going after them. Will he drop? No, he will not. He's going to drop on these sentries, though. And bam, down go most of the sentries. Didn't get those probes like he wanted, but he did all right with that. That was an effective drop.
Okay, nice. I'm powering those 3 gateways.
Yeah, that was effective. Didn't kill a lot of probes, but
Baneling drop over here.
Well, SuHoSin's on top of things now, or Seed's on top of things now. He knows what's going on.
All right. So that Baneling not even able to kill anything. So you need 2 at least to do any damage. But he's not done. Coming here now to the main with a bunch of lings.
Too many units there, though. He's going to back up. By the way, he's getting Hydralisk range in a 3rd base right now.
Weird.
So, well, that's SuHoSin, man. He's not going to do something standard because he knows everyone's practiced enough to stop that.
How's the Queen energy back at the base?
Take a look.
Is he missing larva injects or anything like that?
He hasn't done perfect injects, but they're pretty good, actually.
Okay.
In fact, the one at the natural's perfect. It's like it's within 2 energy of where it should be.
All right. We are about to see Hydras being pushed out against a player who does not have a starport.
And the cool thing is, with Baneling drops, it's reduced the sentry count greatly, and without sentries, it's pretty hard to fight against ranged Hydra and Lings with just Stalkers.
He's coming in again.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. The Banelings are still in there. The Banelings are still in there!
Oh!
Really good splitting.
Really nice splitting here.
Pretty superb, actually. And, oh, my God, he's not being too quick.
It just takes 2 of these Banelings to connect to a bunch of probes, and Seed is in a lot of trouble.
That is right.
Let me steal your keyboard for a second, Artosis. 53 probes to 44 drones.
Oh boy, that's pretty one-sided there in Seed's favor.
Yeah.
I'm sure SuHoSin in practice has killed a lot more probes than this, which is right now he's killed. Let's see, 2. He's killed 2 probes. It's not many. All right, so Blink on the way as well as +2.
Do you think he should be getting mutas if he's... Oh, hold on. This is getting weird. I guess he wants to drop with the Hydras.
I actually know exactly what... I've actually seen this on the Korean ladder recently. He's going to go with Ling Hydras, start pressuring some, and if he makes it long enough and gets up to like 8 mutas, the Stalkers start like chasing down Hydras, and you have to use all your units to fight that, so the mutas can fly in and kill some probes, but I mean, this is something I feel like Seed should be able to deal with.
I think you're right. All right, sniping some Overlords here. Now, again, more Lings coming down now. Looks like the drop might be headed towards the expansion 2nd base here.
Oh, wow. Here we go. There's a lot of Hydras in there as well. Can he actually snipe a Nexus or something like that? No, he's going to the high ground. Uh-oh.
Oh, you got to be careful. Oh, man, that was 2 full Overlords that were taken out. He's dropping again here, but it looks like with the angle that he's coming here, Seed is, he's just going to smash this. Almost no loss here for the brush. In fact, he may be able to snipe some of these Overlords leaving the base now.
Yeah, this was kind of brutal, Tasteless. Oh, man, and another one with the Hydra.
Oh, my God, everything dies.
He's making 4 mutas right now. I don't know that 4 mutas are going to do anything against this many +2 Blink Stalkers. Seed at this point has almost secured his victory. Look at the supply, 106 to 71.
I feel like this entire game has been me watching SuHoSin run into a brick wall over and over again.
That's so true.
I don't know if he can actually recover from this. He went into mute attack. He's upgrading air attack, as you can see here. And the problem is that there's just so many Stalkers that it does not matter. And he has Blink. Granted, there are not cannons covering everything. It doesn't really matter.
He really should have done that big drop on the natural. He got way too greedy.
Do you think he should have sniped the Nexus? And
drop there. And the thing is, even if he loses all his units, at least they get out, and he can reduce the Stalker count so the mutas have a chance of doing something. But right here, right now, the mutas can't do anything, really. Watch this. He's about to lose something. Bam. They're down. There you go, man. Ouch. Will fly into the main base. See what he can actually end up killing. He's almost killed a Stalker. Almost killed 2 Stalkers.
Almost killed. Bruised mutas. Now
man.
2 mutas go down.
And, I mean, SuHoSin's doing just nothing. No damage each time.
The creep has not even really been spread here.
Yeah, he is sneaking a 4th base. But Storm's on the way, more gates. Supply lead will remain for Seed.
There's a high chance he's just going to push out with Storm's done.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we'll see here. You know, maybe throw up a couple cannons in each line, throw a couple High Templars in his base to deal with any incoming mutas, and move out and basically just kill SuHoSin, because SuHoSin has no economy.
Yeah, we're having the gateway explosion here now because he hasn't really been effectively harassed at all. So suddenly he's going to be able to throw up a bunch of gateways. You can see those are finishing now, and they'll be warp gates soon.
Yeah, he's throwing down a ton of cannons as well. Building 7 cannons right now, realizing that counterattacking is all that SuHoSin has left. It's completely predictable because SuHoSin cannot engage the army of Seed. Seed's army way too good upgrades, way too perfectly made against what SuHoSin has. So, I mean, against counterattacks, having this many cannons is going to be just beautiful.
All right. I guess when these cannons complete, I guess he moves out. He's spotted that 4th base. There is a hidden 5th. I don't know if this game's going to go on long enough for that to matter. But we'll see. How many? We have 23 mutas, excuse me. It's a substantial amount.
Yeah, it's a good amount, for sure. In fact, I'm starting to do a little bit of harassment with them. But those Psy Storms are going to hurt so bad. Oh my god, and he sniped them before they could storm.
Yeah,
Beautifully done.
I was positive that the storm was going to come out now in Seed.
You actually...
opposite of what I anticipated there.
When someone makes this many mutas, you actually just want to focus on when the mutas are coming in. But look at this, a nice blink in. Seed is happy to trade some of his stalkers to reduce this mutalist
I'm actually surprised SuHoSin's continuing to attack that.
Yeah, that was definitely
there's
not
this
the right
moment
call.
that occasionally you see where most good players, they will identify that they're losing this battle. But even on the pro level, like here, we could see he actually sat there
way too long
and like just kind of stared at the battle. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, you have to be so careful with mutas not to let things like that happen. In the meantime, we do have some Zealots going towards his 4th base. Not many units over there. He will send all his Zerglings up. But those Zealots do have +3, which is pretty crazy. Gonna shred Zerglings quite easily.
Yeah, the angle there for the Zealots is pretty good too.
Well, he's down to 18 mutas right now, and the move out is starting, Tasteless. This army will not be killed by SuHoSin.
He may just go for the main here.
Yeah.
If the Zerg has this little defense, you don't need to go from expansion to expansion. You just go inside the main and kill the attack.
And that's exactly what he's going to do. Seed is going to walk up this ramp and kill everything. This army is not going to be denied. We are going to have the counterattack, but there's a High Templar there. Oh, missed Storm, actually.
The idea was pretty good, though. He expected the Lynx to come in there. It was a nice dodge.
Yeah.
But this game will end. This counterattack for the Zerg will not work. You can just keep warping in stalkers. The muta count's thinning out too much.
Yeah, he has enough cannons. He has enough warpins. That's it. GG.
GG.
All right.
Damn, Seed. I have to say, though, in SuHoSin's defense, he did play really well.
Yeah,
that was a really cool strat he did. It's just that you can't beat Seed with that. Maybe somebody else in Codex.
Well, look, he did have a couple of things that he did mess up, though. You know, he didn't quite get any probes. Seed moved his probes just perfectly. If he had hit, like, one of those Baneling bombs just right, then the whole game could have looked different. Also, that drop in the main with the Hydras, if he had dropped that at the natural, the whole game would have looked different as well. You know, reduce the Nexus, kill a few Stalkers, then your Mutalist harassment gets better and better. It might start to get a little bit out of control for Seed, and the game goes really long. But, you know, there was a few mistakes, and Seed just crushed him for it.
To echo one of your points, Artosis, there is a moment where, you know, you have to identify, okay, they got Blink. I can't just fly into the main brazenly.
That's
With
right.
the Overlords, I'm going to be punished too easily. He should have dropped around the edges, done damage there. Not saying it would have worked 100%, but the game would have looked differently, and certainly not as one-sided as it started to do after that point in time in that game.
Yeah. You know, I like the idea. It was a tricky all-in type of move. So we'll see what he can bring into our next game, which is going to be, it's going to be on our new map, Abyssal City.
All right, well, we did see the coach for the IM team go in there and talk to Seed briefly. And you can see Seed's looking pretty content with that last game. This is almost going according to Seed's plan, it looks like. He's like, well, SuHoSin's pretty cheesy. If I just defend enough, I'm going to beat him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like maybe SuHoSin isn't flexible enough to get out of that style.
Yeah.
If you got a guy who's over-defending against you and you just keep expanding, then you can get a lead.
That's true, and you know that's what he was trying to go for, but he never got any damage done. All he did was lose units, so not going to work in that regard.
No.
All right, Tasteless. I'm so excited to see the first pro game on Abyssal City.
I know.
This is really exciting.
And it's just a fun part for us here too, because we get to learn the map along with the players and everybody else. So I don't, when you get a new map, that means there's a lot of new strategies that can be used that you never thought could be used before. It's also one-on-one map, so that also allows for more creative strategies, more exciting all-ins.
Indeed it does. The terrain here is really neat. It reminds me of, what is the name of that map? It reminds me of like a smaller version of a map that they have in Team League with like a ton of ramps with plateaus, which
Is
really...
StarCraft 1 or StarCraft 2?
StarCraft 2. I can't remember what the name is. I'll ask Wolf after this, but I'm really excited for it.
All right, guys, we're going on into game number 2. Tasting our toast here, back after our longest break from the GSL. We're excited. Let's do this.